Hi, my name is Leslie Sammons, and this is my website map presentation. First, a little bit about myself. I'm an elementary education major here at Eastern. I'm a junior, and my goal is to teach abroad once I graduate. And to take my first steps, I'm going to spend half of my student teaching in a different country teaching, and then the other half in Kentucky teaching. My website is FunBrain. So, this is a website aimed towards kindergarten through 8th grade. It has several different tabs, mostly games geared towards like specific subjects, grade levels, and specific skill sets. There's also a tab that allows you to read books that are on there for free. And then finally, there's a video series as well. So, first is the math. This is the math tab. This is just a couple of the games you can keep scrolling for a couple minutes. Actually, there's tons and tons of games. Um, as you can see to the right, it has the grade level that it's appropriate for. So the slingshot game's good for 2nd and 3rd grade. And it's a math. So you can see that there the type is math. Um, and then the skill set for it looks like arithmetic fluency, if I'm reading that right. So it's going to help test those skills and while they're still having fun. Next is the reading tab. So here are just a couple of the books that they are able to read. You can read it straight off the website. You don't have to go anywhere or download anything. And there's a list of them. The only one I really recognize that I remember reading is Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which I really enjoyed that book. There's also Fun Brain books that the company wrote, and it has like the little creatures and stuff that is like their mascot that they have. Okay. Next is another game tab called Fun Arcade or Playground, and it basically has almost all the games in the whole entire website on it. And you can tell by color code what type it is. So the red is math, the purple is puzzles. I think the writing is pink, and then the yellow is just for fun, which we talked about in class how you should never have a child just do whatever they want. So I was thinking the just for fun games would be something that they earn. So once they play like 4 or 5 math games, then they get to do a just for fun game. Um, However, the just for fun ones still do establish skill sets. This pig pile one in this top left corner um, helps with strategies and stuff like that. So it still does teach the kids something, it's just not a specific subject. Next is the video zone. So there's several different series that you can do that you can watch that still like helps them learn and develop new skill sets. This polar bear one down here, climate change mystery, is probably going to be about global warming. There's one about a ruler and measurement. So it's just adding a different twist of like student learning styles. Speaking of different styles, I do believe that this website um, supports the use of tech, and I think that it does, for the most part, work with all different types of students. It has different grade levels and such like that. So I think like if a child is having trouble on the level they should be, like the 3rd grade level, they could possibly like rotate in a couple 2nd grade level games to refresh what they already learned and such. And then students that are gifted or such like that, if they feel like okay with it, if the teacher feels okay with it, then the students can easily work ahead. And maybe if they're in 5th grade, they could work ahead to a 6th grade level or something like that. The only problem that I think that it lacked in a little bit is the English language learning background kids. Um, I think that they would do rather well, like on the writing ones, but I think maybe the math games might be a little hard without like a proper direction for them to read. Okay, next is my app. I did the Noji app. It is geared towards a variety of different vocabulary, which I'll show you in just one second. Um, there's several different apps. Some of them cost money. Some of them, there's one that's free. So you can get ones, all kinds of different ones that involve different features. So some might have visual in it, some might have audio in it, and some just have the words. They all have different features that can make sure that all the kids are learning exactly how they want to learn and in the best way possible. It's going to push your memory, so it has tests to make sure you'll get reminders if you haven't looked at them in a long time, just so like the kids know that they need to go over those again. There's goal settings that you can do, and there's charts telling you like how close you are to reaching your goal. Um, there's even like do not learn buttons so you can customize the list. So if there's anything you don't want to study, you can easily just dispose of it and not look at it the whole time. So let's take a look at what it looks like. Okay, so first when you enter the app, there's My Library right here. You'll see different ones right here. So vocabulary, Common Core, ages 8 to 99, vocabulary 7 to 10. There's a vocab 4. There's also ones when you get older. There's ones like ACT, SAT, all of those hard tests that you have to take to like move up in the world. So over here is where I was talking about it optimizes your memory. So it talks about spaced repetition and how it can anticipate when you're about to forget what you learned. So you'll get things like you need to study this again because in 1 hour and 6 minutes, you're probably going to start degrading that memory and forgetting it. And then right here is a little bit, I'll show you a closer look of it, but that's kind of like your goal setting. So next, I picked vocab 3. So once you click on that, this is the page that's going to come up. There's view and hear all words, learn and remember, quiz, learning goal, and status. So, okay, the view and hear all words. Let's click on that one first. We'll click on that, and then this will come up. It'll be a whole list of words, and you'll get to view all of them. So this first one is invisible. If you click on the little speaker, it'll say it for you so you can hear it. And there's an example. It gives you synonyms, antonyms, the word family it in, and it breaks down the word parts, so the prefixes and such. Then we're going to jump forward to the next one down, which is, oh, sorry, this is still on the, this is still on the view and hear all words. So this is that time where you can just click like do not learn, and it'll be in the bottom left, and it'll just take it right off the list. You won't have to learn it again. The other cool thing that it does, at least on the free app it does, is it allows you to speak the word and hear it back. So that's a screenshot right here of that. It basically you can record yourself, stop it, play, just to hear you say the word yourself. Now we're going to learn and remember. This is the second tab underneath the vocab 3. So once you have finalized your list of exactly what you want to do and exactly what you want to study, there's 4 different modes that you can set it on that'll maximize or minimize the strength and memory that you want for each word. And that's all about the goal setting that I just talked about a little bit. And then this right picture over here, you'll see it'll start testing you. So to be on all sides, it'll give you a sentence and the definition, and then you will pick what word it is based off that. And that's just like a little test, just like practice to see like how much you know the word. And then of course you can always go back over it. And then before I go over the progress and learning goals, there's quizzes. So they're similar to the ones, like the practice ones, only they're the real thing and they just test your knowledge of how well you know those words that you studied. And then that will go to your progress bar, which is what is shown now. And it shows exactly how well you're doing and what you're doing well at and when your goal date is due. And your goal is to get the bar completely green. So I think that this app is really good for the diverse students. I think that it covers the bases because it lets you pick exactly what, like as a teacher, it lets you pick exactly what words you want your students to know. and you can like take any words off or anything like that, and you can customize it based on like if your students are gifted or if they're having trouble with some words. And I think the best thing for like this, which is different from my website, is it really works well with the English language learners because it really breaks down the English words. And probably definitely the hearing helps them. But I think it'd be really cool if there was a way to like hear that word in a different language so it can make that connection with those kids that maybe English isn't their first language. Okay, and then interesting things to share, just that I use Screencast-O-Matic to record it, and then I'm going to upload it to my YouTube channel and get it through that. So I hope you learned something a little bit today about the Noji app and the FunBrain website, and I'm interested to see everyone else's too. Thanks.